The FAAN National Aviation Conference is an annual event organized by the Federal Airport Authority of Nigeria to bring together aviation stakeholders for dialogue and strategic planning. It serves as a platform where regulators, operators, and investors and experts discuss key issues affecting the aviation sector. The conference focuses on improving safety, security, infrastructure, and service delivery across Nigeria airports. Through panel sessions, technical discussion, and exhibition, participants explore global best practices and innovation solutions that can strengthen the industry. The event also promotes collaboration between government and private investors, helping to drive modernization, attract investment, and support sustainable aviation development in Nigeria. Joining us for this discussion is Director of Human Resources and Administration FAAN, Dr. Emiola Olatunbosun. Good morning. Thank you so much for joining us on TVC Breakfast Saturday.
Good morning. Thank you for having me. I'm pleased to be here.
Great to have you on the show this morning. Now, FAAN is set to host the Aviation Conference. What is the aim of this conference?
Interestingly, it is a unifying platform for dialogue, policy development, and collaboration within the aviation industry. It brings government, investors, regulators together to deliberate on the aviation ecosystem. Essentially, that's the major aim of the aviation conference, to see how to foster more investment-driven airports and to see how much of our airports compete globally as it is. So we're determined to bring exhibitions, business-minded people, those who will focus on economic development of our airports and make it much more smart airports, as we say, in the aviation industry.
Okay, I think it's really interesting because, I mean, not too long ago we had the development of the new international airport. It was actually a great improvement in the system generally. But now let's talk about right now, talking about the conference. What would you say the focus is when you talk about global competition for the Nigerian airports? Where are we going? Where do we want to go right now?
So the airports have gone beyond airspace or airstrips. Now we want to see an airport where there are non-aeronautical revenues coming. We want to see an airport with strong economic revenues, with strong the green revolution. We're looking at all this as we have seen in other airports globally. And we want to drive investment. One, we want to drive partnership, private partnership. We want to drive more businesses in our airports to increase revenue generation, to be able to sustain infrastructure requirements, to be able to bring our airports to global standards. That's the main focus of what we're trying to do. So we're moving away from the normal experiences where government drives the airport. We want more partnership, more foreign, local, internal partnership, business partnership.
Well, this conference also addressed the issue of multiple taxations and call for a review of levies because airline operators are screaming at the moment concerning multiple taxations.
Well, airport infrastructures is very, very huge because we're looking at what you bring in terms of technology, what you bring in terms of equipment. A lot of these equipments are huge revenue generating equipments and all of that. And if we are internally generating agency, we rely on what we're able to generate to sustain the airports. And to compete globally, we have to place premium on a lot of the permits, the licenses that we take.
Part of the agitation is the single-digit interest rate. They're also advocating for this. Will this also be addressed in this conference?
Exactly, because when investors come and business people talk, they are able to find a midway where they can address all of these issues. If you bring in your money, you're expected to make your revenue. And by bringing your money, you're developing our airports. And when you develop airports, people are happy to come and fly. rather than have you stay in your hotel, while the airports can give you the comfort and all the expectations, the seamless passenger experiences that is required for you to fly. You're willing to bring in your money, part with your money, and that generates revenue. And that way, we also transform into developing the airports to global standards.
Okay, and I like the fact you actually spoke about passengers enjoying their experience coming through the airport, which is actually very important because in the end of the day, no matter getting the airport to the standard globally and all of that, if the passengers are not necessarily enjoying the situation, I mean, it might not necessarily have any point in all of that. So now, I'm actually speaking specifically to the not too far situation of the Quam 1, Quam 2 situation. And we know, I mean, how that literally trended a lot. So now, okay, of course that happens, and then we can actually see that there's a lacuna, there's a problem that needs to be addressed. So far, what would we say the FAAN has actually done to address that and then to avoid it happening going forward?
More engagements, especially with stakeholders, more collaboration with agencies, because in airports, what you see regularly is FAAN. There are all the agencies involved, and we have engaged more with ourselves. We have discussed at that level. So more of these problems will be addressed as we go further. And the conference is also seeking to...
You'll continue with your line of thought. We also talk about safety in the aviation sector, but we have to pay some bills at the moment. And when we come back, we'll talk more about the aviation sector and the forthcoming conference. Do not go anywhere. We'll be right back.
At FAAN, leadership means building trust with partners, passengers, and the world. Every decision we take is about creating opportunities for growth and connection.
FAAN National Aviation Conference 2025.
This is where we tell you how far we've come.
Join us
November 17th and 18th
at the Eco Convention Center, Eco Hotel and Suites, Lagos. Come, see,
Experience
and invest
in Nigeria's
aviation.
Welcome back on the program. We still have with us this morning Director of Policies and Administration of FAAN, Dr. Emiola Olatunbosun. I'm used to Emiola, so now having Emiola on the show this morning.
It's interesting narrative there.
Absolutely.
Yes.
So let's talk about safety of the aviation sector. How can this conference address this issue of safety? Some people have argued that our local flights, how safe are they? Some are flying and their hearts is on their mouth. I did like 4 flights in a day and I was like, oh, God save me.
Well, that is it. First and foremost, God save us. And it's a global issue, actually. We have deepened our collaboration with the ACI and ACIO in terms of safety regulations. And in all of these, we've tried as much as possible. Well, there are other agencies, the regulators, the CAA, who is predominantly checking to be sure. NAMA is there. FAAN is predominantly focused on sustaining our infrastructures at our airport. But to God be the glory, we have not had incidences as much that can lead to fatality. What we have are skirmishes of some operational...
Skipping the runway and the likes.
So those are multiplier issues, and we can always address when we collaborate more with agencies that are stakeholders in the aviation industry. And I'm sure that those shortcomings are being addressed.
I think the conference is actually happening at a time that is very critical because, I mean, in this time, we know that the celebration season, of course, talking about Christmas and all of that, is coming close. And then we know the traffic at the airports is usually higher. Yes. And in this period, we have a lot of pressure on the airport itself. Now, we're talking about infrastructure and development. So now, from your experience in this position, what would you say has been the problem and the issues? Why, I mean, in this season, we definitely have certain challenges with flights cancellation. Is on one hand, it happens. And of course, now at the airport, the way, I mean, passengers are being treated, the interactions, the baggage losses and things like that. What would you say the major challenge is? And going forward, what would be the solution?
Well, number one, we'll look at airport viability is one. 2, the airlines also have major roles to play, especially in the experiences of passengers in terms of delay and all of that. There are contagious factors that may be responsible for all of this. And in between it, there are checkmates. especially as we go into December, very, very busy period, and also what we refer to as dirty December and all of that. People come and all of that. We have stationed, we have trained, we have created more awareness with our staff, especially as it concerns the Federal Airport Authority, to bring to bear those seamless experiences for passengers, make the airport more comfortable, make the airlines create awareness, even where we have delays. The technical delays are inevitable. And where there are delays, at least passengers deserve some understanding of what may be responsible. We're gradually taking the awareness away from as a result of technical issues. We want to be transparent. We want to be open to the passengers, let them know, and also fulfill all the criteria that are there from ICAO. Where there are delays, what are the expectations from the regulators? What are the expectations from the passengers? What are their rights? We're trying to create a lot of those education around it for people to know what to do and what the airlines are supposed to do and what regulators are supposed to do to passengers to forestall any form of skirmishes or aggression, at least for the time being. So
because I know a major issue that we have is, human capital. Because, whether you like it or not, something that will guarantee that passengers have seamless flights, whether the flights are cancelled or not, is their interaction with the staff. And most times it seems like that is the issue. Probably the staff doesn't necessarily have enough information to help guide the passenger rights or enough emotional intelligence to deal with the pressure. So now, at the conference, I'm going to be talking about the importance of human capital trainings.
Exactly. That's why we have a lot of exhibitions coming up at the conference, where a lot of training opportunities will be opened up, because human capital development addresses a very long way to all of these issues that may have emerged. But we know that aside from training, there's mentoring, there's the application of emotional intelligence, of course, and once we also succeed with a lot of the infrastructural change, where technology handles some of the things that are taken care by human, even though we know technology will not replace humans. But when we create a lot of those training, when we create a lot of those sensitization, a lot more people will understand their role. Sometimes, the way you talk to people also matters. The way you address them also matters. And we're looking into that because there's a need to change that orientation, bring values to the people, because essentially that is where the money comes from. Without them, you don't make your revenue.
Absolutely.
So we're working on that, and I believe the conference, with the exhibitions, with the business-to-business initiative by Globally Pro project, we're working on all of that. When they sit down, they'll talk. And a lot of private initiative coming in, bringing new ideas, new innovations. These are all areas where we will be able to improve. It's about the will, the determination. The management under Mrs. Olubunmi Koko is committed to all of this. And the minister is supporting us very well.
Okay, let's go back to the conference at the moment. So when is the conference and where exactly is it holding? And who do we expect in this conference?
The conference is holding on the 17th to 18th November 2025 at Eco Convention Center. And everyone is invited.
Everyone?
Yes.
So the gate is open to everyone. There's no ticket.
There's a registration where you can register and be admitted. It's www.faanconference.com. It's open. You can make your registration. We'll verify, because we don't just want to populate the conference with people. We want people who have positive impacts to make in our aviation industry to come sit down. This is a structured conference, different from what we had previously. This is technology-driven conference, and that is why we want more people to come, especially stakeholders, leaders of the industry, to be part of what we want to do here.
Okay.
So what are we expecting? Do we have roll call of guests?
Interestingly,
facilitators?
Interestingly, we have a lot of them. From the government angle, the Secretary to the Government of the Federation is representing Mr. President. And governors are coming, because governors are beginning to embrace the cargo opportunities in their states. They are coming to come and showcase what we have. The Lagos State government is the chief host, and we're expecting governors of Imo, governors of Kwara, governors of Plateau, governor of Niger, and there's also the governor of Enugu, All of these are people who have engaged with us in terms of opportunities, non-aeronautical opportunities, cargo opportunities in their respective states. And they are coming to speak at the conference to enhance this reputation.
Okay, where will the conference be?
Eco Hotel Conference Center.
Will this conference also address the aspiration of Nigeria to attain $1 trillion economy by 2030?
Absolutely. That's our focus, because it's economy, tourism, investment. And when you're transparent, when you engage them from the beginning, and they see that you're open, that addresses it. So it has a multiplier effect to the GDP. It helps the growth. Like I said, the president is giving us the go-ahead. The minister has provided the support, and the management, led by Olubomi Kuku, is focus-driven, and we're pushing ahead.
Okay, summarily, what's the outcome, the overall outcome from this conference?
Overall outcome is that we will have more private initiative involved in our airports, and we believe that more people will invest in the tourism part of the airport. We'll also have a lot of the green revolution that we aspire for our airports.
Absolutely. It's a fine place to live it. Director of Human Resources and Administration of FAAN, Dr. Emiola Olatunbosun. We're also invited for this conference.
I'll be looking forward to have you come.
We'll get our own free invite without registering.
Without registering. This is a pass with the mandate given to me by the Managing Director, Mrs. Olubomi Kuku. Please come.
All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Well, it's a fine place to live it, Emiola Olatunbosun. Doctor,
my pleasure. Thank you for having me.
All right, it's time to talk entertainment. Winfried, we are looking at something interesting on the show this morning. We're having a magician on the show. Are you ready for this?
I am absolutely ready.
We'll take a break at the moment, and when we come back, we talk entertainment. Do not go anywhere. We'll be right back.